this developing story, the breaking news this hour: 5 people have been killed and 3 others wounded in 2 separate shooting incidents in Tongaat, north of Durban in KwaZulu-Natal. Our senior reporter Dasen Thathiah is there on the ground for us at this hour. Dasen, good afternoon. I must start this question by saying yet another shooting incident in Durban. Just the other day, we had in Springfield a shooting that took place, and at a taxi rank, 4 people dying there.
That's correct, Praden. It's unfortunate that we have to have this conversation yet again, but unfortunately it's not just one shooting incident here. We're talking about 2. I'll just show you what the scene looks like while I continue to explain to you and our viewers what we understand for now. We are on the R102 in Tongaat, and this is where both those shootings took place. So we are now at what is the second shooting. Inside the vehicle you're looking at now, there are 3 people that have passed away. You should be able to see the bullet holes on the doors. There are 2 occupants at the front. There's 1 occupant at the back. We're also told that there were 2 other people at this particular scene that were wounded. And just a matter of a few kilometers down the road from here, that's where 2 other people had passed away in a shooting incident which preceded this. So lots of activity in the area. You see it's being cordoned off now. It happened only a short while ago. The community is gathered around. They're also asking questions, wanting to know exactly what transpired. I want to bring in one of the first responders now, Tinus Stander, who's with IPSS. Mr. Stander, let's start with what you saw when you arrived on these scenes. So perhaps let's start with the first shooting incident that your team responded to.
Okay, so earlier this afternoon, just after lunch, we were alerted to a shooting incident, like you said, on the R102 Tongaat. We were met there with quite a chaotic scene. It was safe. We had some security companies, as well as the police, protecting us. We ended up finding 2 people that were deceased, as well as 1 with minor injuries. At the same time, we were alerted to another shooting incident, which caused a bit of chaos initially. Not knowing exactly where the other incident was, we then confirmed, which is the location we are currently at, where we unfortunately were met with this vehicle riddled with bullet holes. There's 3 deceased inside there. 2 are injured. The 1 is in a critical condition. He is under the care of an IPSS medical advanced life support paramedic, and they've been rushed off to the hospital for further care over there.
Just to confirm, these incidents that we're talking about, these are both drive-by shootings?
It appears to be. It appears to be the first one a drive-by shooting, and the second one what looks like could have been an ambush. So in other words, they were waiting for the vehicle. The vehicle was still moving when the shots were fired to the vehicle. That's what it appears to be like at this point in time, yes.
Tinus, talk to me about the nature of the injuries that the victims in this sustained.
There's multiple bullet holes in the vehicles, as you can see, and unfortunately most of those bullets penetrated the vehicle and then also the bodies. So they were in pretty bad condition. They were riddled with multiple bullet wounds, and they were obviously deceased by the time we got there, and there was nothing that we could do for them.
From treating these patients, did you notice perhaps what types of firearms were being used? I mean, are we talking here, were handguns used or maybe larger weapons?
I'm not a firearms expert by any means, but it does appear to be assault rifles. It's large caliber, definitely not hand rifles, and it's just judging by the casings on the ground and the penetration to the vehicles and the victims. It was high caliber rounds.
Thank you very much. I hope that those that are wounded are able to recover from their injuries. Praden, since this happened just a short while ago, you'd also know that police are currently trying to track these suspects that were in the vehicle that was behind these shootings. So initial accounts indicate that both of these shootings may have been committed by the same suspects. So that means police will now have to be working against time, against the clock, to try and locate them before they get away.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're going to have to spend some time with the police as well, Dasen, to find out exactly what they know. Yet another shooting incident in KwaZulu-Natal in the same weekend. This one in Tongaat, 2 separate incidents. We've seen 5 people being killed. We'll get more updates for you later on from the police. Dasen Thathiah is on the ground. He's our senior reporter there in Durban. Now, that's a developing story this hour. Now, let's take